A brand new year just started, and how many of us actually made a resolution that I want to get into X type of health, I need to lose X amount of kilos of weight? How many of us got into that? Most of us. That's the commonest resolution we all make. But did we ever realize that only focusing on this part of the health is not enough? Did we ever realize that there is more beyond just losing weight or gaining an specific type of body? Did we ever really emphasize on our mental health? Or did we just think, okay, I'll do pranayam, I'll do yoga, I'll do some breathing exercises and that would be taken care? But aisa hota hai? Does it really happen that way? The answer, we all know, it's no. So won't you agree that there is something beyond this mental, we need to do for this mental health? So don't you agree that we need to do something more beyond for this, for our mental health? Well, my name is Dr. Rahul Marwa and I am your doctor and dost. Hi, my name is Dr. Rahul Marwa, your doctor, your dost, who's on a mission to make a medicine-free world based on the principles of Ayurveda. And as a part of this journey, today I would be sharing my thoughts with you regarding health. As mentioned previously, we all need to be physically as well as mentally healthy. But Ayurveda goes beyond it. It describes a very beautiful sutra stating the actual definition of health. It's not the WHO's definition, it's beyond that. It says Samadosha Samaganischa Samadhatu Malakriya Prasanna Atma Indriya Manaha Swast iti abhidiyate. This sutra is from Shushruta Samhita, and it states that the equilibrium of three doshas, the doshas that is the fundamental physiological principles, the Agni, the metabolic or the digestive process, and the dhatus, that is the principles that uphold the body tissue formation. Along with that, there should be proper expulsion of the waste products, their formation, expulsion, and at the end there should be the sense organs, the mind and the soul should be in a state of bliss. Just to concise it, your body, all the elements inside the body, the waste material that is formed in the body, and lastly your sensory organs, your mind and your soul, everything has to be in a bliss. And that is what actual health is defined as. It is not just okay, I am physically fit but mentally ill, or mentally fit but physically ill. That is not what is expected. And therefore when they say that yes, this person needs to live an 100 years life, for that, getting into these or following these kind of laws of health is most important. But what happens is we usually just don't know that these are the important aspects in our life, and therefore in today's world if you will definitely see that people are falling sick because of too much of usage of the mobile phones or the social media, which is causing a lot of mental health. Because that social media exposure actually ensures that your sensory organs or the indriyas, which we call in Ayurveda, are constantly having improper impulses from the social media exposure that you are having, and therefore there is an imbalance between the senses, the consciousness as well as the psyche, and therefore the person doesn't remain in the blissful state. Now surprisingly, if you actually look back to the definition Samadosha Samagnischa Samadhatu Malakriya Prasanna Atma Indriya Manaha Swasthiti Vidiyate, it very minutely begins with the study of health. Ayurveda always begins with the study of health, and this health starts with the study of consciousness. The consciousness then has certain rules of you can say the laws of the health, through which it will simultaneously, if we follow all the I would say all the laws comprehensively, they will always be a proper. So when we look at the shlok when we look at the shlok Samadoshascha Samagnischa Samadhatu Malakriya Prasanna Atma Indriya Mana Swasthate Vidiyate, we understand that Ayurveda has a very deep understanding for one's health. It starts with the study of one's health through the consciousness, and then it takes that person through the laws of health, and simultaneously it describes comprehensive lifestyle to be followed just to ensure that that person stays healthy. And therefore Ayurveda itself has a very good defense mechanism or the defense strategy. Whereas on the other hand, if you look at the allopathic view or the modern medicine, they start from the conception and the fetus, and then they address all the symptoms and upcomings, and then they identify a method to treat it, to treat the disease. And therefore they don't mention a lot about prevention. So the modern medicine has a view of treating the disease rather than preventing it. And Ayurveda, as a part of this whole defense strategy, states that having a blissful state of the senses, the mind, the soul, and and these all three things are important for it in order to be healthy. Now, so let's now understand why mental health is so much important as your physical health. Because in Ayurveda there is one Agraya Sangra, or the utmost important sutras that are mentioned, which states that Vishado Rogavardhana Nam. Vishad, that means any form of grief or suffering, will amplify the intensity of any disease by many folds. And therefore it becomes equally important to focus on mental as well as our physical health. Now, here's the catch. I would like to make a statement which not everybody would like it, but it holds utmost truth while we treat our patients clinically. Physical as well as mental health